This is for the strategy of reciprocal teaching with sticky notes. So for this strategy, the materials I need is sticky notes. I have my predict sticky note, my clarify sticky note, my question sticky note, and my summarize sticky note. The passage I'm going to be reading for my reciprocal teaching with sticky notes is Cold as Clay. It is from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. So first I'm going to predict what I think is going to happen. And I predict by the title, Cold as Clay, that, and knowing that this is a scary story, that something, someone's gonna die. Someone or some character is going to die or disappear. Okay, so I have my predict, and I'm going to just put this inside my book, stick it inside my book, and now I'm going to read the passage, and as I read, I'm going to write a question of something that does not make sense to me. So I'll read out loud. A farmer had a daughter whom he cared for more than anything on earth, and she fell in love with a farmhand named Jim. But the farmer did not think Jim was good enough for his daughter. To keep them apart, he sent her to live with her uncle on the other side of the country. Soon after she left, Jim got sick, and he wasted away and died. Everyone said he died of a broken heart. The farmer felt so guilty about Jim's death, he could not tell his daughter what had happened. She continued to think about Jim and the life that they may have had together. So one question that I came up by reading that so far is, I wonder why the farmer thought that Jim wasn't good enough for his daughter. So I'm going to write that on my clarify sticky note. So why father didn't like Jim. Maybe we'll find out the answer if we continue reading. And I'll stick that on the page where I want to ask the question. So I'm going to continue reading. One night, many weeks later, there was a knock on Uncle Jim's door, or the uncle's door. When the girl opened the door, Jim was standing there. "Your father asked me to get you," he said. "I came for his best horse." "Is there anything wrong?" she asked. "I don't know," he replied. She packed a few things and they left. She rode behind him, clinging to his waist. Soon he complained of a headache. "It aches something terrible," he told her. She put her hand on his forehead. "Why, you're cold as clay, and I hope you're not ill," and wrapped her handkerchief around his head. They traveled so swiftly a few hours they reached the farm. The girl quickly dismounted and knocked on the door. Her father was startled to see her. "Didn't you send for me?" she asked. "No, I didn't," he said. She turned to Jim, but he was gone, and so was the horse. They went back to the stable to look for them. The horse was there, covered in sweat and trembling with fear, but there was no sign of Jim. Terrified, her father told her the truth about Jim's death. Then quickly he went to see Jim's parents. They decided to open his grave. The corpse was in his coffin, but around his head they found a girl's handkerchief. Ooh. So now I need to write one question about the story. So I'm going to say, I'm going to ask the question, why did Jim contact the farmer's daughter? And then after, since I finished reading this, and I'm going to stick this question and I'm going to save it for when I will later on discuss with my group. And now I'm going to write a one sentence summary of the story. So my one sentence summary will be the farmer didn't tell his daughter about her suitor's death, and the suitor comes back and haunts the farmer's daughter. All these will be discussed later in class and like a group discussion, and that is the reciprocal teaching with sticky notes strategy.